Greetings everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Rural Xer. I know it's been a while since I published my last video, but I've been trying to decide what video to finish and publish first because I do have footage of several places I want to eventually release, but some of them I need to go back and get some more footage and info on the site, so it may take a little longer. This one I just need to get finished and uploaded to YouTube. Today's episode is on the local closed and abandoned Fred's Dollar Store in Jasper, Georgia. To give you a little history of Fred's Inc., they opened their first store in Coldwater, Mississippi in 1947. In 1953, Fred's moved its corporate headquarters to Memphis, Tennessee. For those of you who have never heard of Fred's, which I was one of those until several years ago when they built one here in Jasper, Fred's is a deep discount chain store who primarily competed against other discount chain stores such as Dollar General, Family Dollar, and Dollar Tree. That is, until they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in September of 2019, at which time they closed all the remaining stores and liquidated all their assets. But I'm jumping ahead of myself here. Fred's operated a total of, as best I can tell, 568 stores in around 15 states in the southeastern part of the country. At their height, between their namesake company and their subsidiary companies Get Well Drug and Dollar, which dealt primarily in pharmaceuticals and $1 general merchandise items, and Yazoo Trading Company, which offered auto, hardware, and pet supplies and also provided basic home project needs. Their decline started as early as 2008 when Fred's decided to close 50 of their underperforming stores due to rising fuel costs and other economic issues. But on December 21st, 2016, it was announced that Fred's was slated to acquire 865 more stores through a merger of Walgreens Boots Alliance and Rite Aid, according to Wikipedia, which would have more than doubled the number of stores Fred's operated at the time. But because of antitrust concerns, in February 2017, WBA withdrew the plans to acquire Rite Aid and instead opted to buy about half the stores, which nullified Fred's acquisition plans. Fred's received $25 million as compensation for expenses of the now terminated merger deal. In 2019, due to deteriorating performance, Fred's Inc. had a plan to significantly reduce the number of operating stores from 568 to just 80 over a 4-month period. But later that year decided instead of operating at a greatly reduced scale, they would file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and close all remaining stores by October 30th, 2019. The history of this particular store in Jasper I'm not too sure of. The year it was built and first opened, nor the exact year it eventually closed, although if I was guessing, it was probably around the same time when all the other Fred stores were being closed, 2019. If anyone happens to know more about the history of this Fred's, please leave in the comments below. Now with that being said, let's get into the video. Here we are looking at the double-sided street sign that faces both east and west on Highway 53 coming through Jasper. And as you can tell, it's covered up in heavy black plastic, as best I can tell. Almost looks like a big garbage bag covered over it. And this is just looking, of course, at the front of the store. And you can tell right on the marquee of the store and down below it is your main sign and your sub sign. Of course, the main one would say Fred's, and the other one would say Low Price Leader in that bright yellow with red lettering. And then the other one, if I remember correctly, was just the opposite. It was a red background with yellow lettering on there. Now here's something interesting to learn about Fred's. Fred's actually operated a lot of pharmacies in their stores, in their dollar stores, and this looks like what used to be a drive-through for their pharmacy. Now, whether they ever used it or not, I don't know. I could not tell you. I was only in there just a handful of times, and I don't remember of ever going far enough back in the store to have seen whether there was an actual pharmacy back there in that back right-hand corner. So if anybody can verify that there was one or not, please leave in the comments below. Now we're just walking up to the front door, fixing to sneak a peek inside. And as you can see on the labeling on the door itself, it actually looks like it's got the newer Fred's logo and colors that they used in later years. but if I remember correctly, they used the older one, which was the bright yellow background with the red lettering of Fred's in their logo. Now we're just looking around on the inside of the store, and as you can tell, the whole place is gutted. All the shelving, display, shelving, cash register, counters, and all are completely gone. I'm sure that whenever they closed this store as well as all their other stores, they sold and liquidated as many of their fixtures as they possibly could. Just panning around from side to side to give you. Now, if you can tell, if you can see through that unfocused picture there, towards the back right hand corner, it looks like there might have been a sign for a pharmacy. I cannot tell you whether that's truly what that was or not. Again, if someone can verify that that's what it was when the store was actually open and operating, please leave it in the comments. Looks like the store is in fairly good shape. It doesn't look like there's a whole awful lot of water damage, if any, in the store, which is very good, because a lot of times when stores are left closed and abandoned, over time the roof starts leaking and they start getting a lot of water damage on the inside, as well as mold starting and all. And this is just a loading dock back here for loading and unloading. Very small one. Looking around the corner of the building, and now we're looking back at the front of the building at the marquee, the sign, and of course it's all completely covered up. I guess it's still there. I don't know. They could have, whenever they closed the store down, they could have actually taken the front of that sign out, slid it out, and got rid of it. This brings us to the end of another episode of the Rural Xer, rural exploration and documentation in our exploration of the now closed and abandoned local Fred's Dollar Store in Jasper, Georgia. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please press that like button, and for more similar content, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification icon to be alerted when new content is uploaded. Thanks so much for watching. God bless, and we hope to see you in our next episode.